The one emotion that disarms high conflict in divorce and custody challenges. I want you to close your eyes for a second, just for a second. Think about the conflict in your life right now. This is not just any conflict. This is the kind that wakes you up at 3 in the morning, the kind that follows you into the shower, into the carpool lane, into the courtroom, into the attorney meetings. The kind of conflict that takes up space in your body and refuses to leave. That's the conflict I want to talk to you about. Conflict happens when your wants, beliefs, or needs clash with another person's. Conflict doesn't care if you are right or wrong. It cares only to be acknowledged and treated with respect. You might say, wait a minute, Pamela Elaine. Conflict isn't a person that needs acknowledgement or respect. Girl, what are you talking about? I would say conflict is person-like because it has a personality, a preference, and a need to be understood. And when it's not understood, conflict becomes a big problem that keeps people from thinking clearly and acting sanely. Conflict can be mean, rude, moody, and it always seems to show up when you're already exhausted. Conflict stands big, tall, confident, and unapologetic between you and the other person. And what's consistent is this: no matter where you go, conflict follows you. Sounds like conflict is a big fat problem, doesn't it? I know, because conflict once was a constant intrusion in my life, into my mornings, my sleep, my parenting, nearly every day for 13 years. Those were the years of my divorce and custody challenges. And if I knew then what I'm about to tell you now, I believe conflict would have delivered a solution that cost me less time, less money, and a whole lot less stress. Because conflict, in the presence of this particular emotion I'm going to tell you about, transforms from an intrusive, debilitating person-like force into something that starts working for you instead of against you. Okay, you're probably saying again, Pamela Lane, you're about to tell me to just be positive about my custody and divorce nightmare. I've heard this. No, I'm talking about gratitude. Gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation for something you have received. But it's also something you do. It's a practice and a feeling. Gratitude is energy. You feel it in your body before you ever see it in your situation. And that energy, it changes the dynamic between you and the other person, even if the other person isn't grateful at all. Here's the truth that took me years to understand. Gratitude doesn't change them. It changes you. And when you change, everything around you shifts. When gratitude is spoken directly into conflict, it diffuses its disruptive power. And conflict becomes a helper instead of a destroyer, a guide instead of a block, something that shows you what actually needs your attention. You're probably saying, okay, but how does that actually work? I'm glad you asked. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell conflict 7 things you feel grateful for. And notice the word I emphasized. Feel. You have to feel it, because if you don't feel what you say, conflict won't shift. Conflict won't move. But when you feel what you say you're grateful for, something shifts. Solutions you didn't consider become obvious. Insight you didn't know was possible appears. Calm that felt impossible settles into your body. Conflict reveals what needs attention. Gratitude gives you the strength to attend to it. Gratitude forces your mind and your body to look for what's working instead of what's breaking. That is tactical. That is weaponized thankfulness. Let me show you what I mean. Here are 7 things I'm grateful for that I wish I had spoken into conflict during my 13 consecutive years in its presence. Say them with me. Feel the energy as we go. Thank you. Thank you for the divorce attorneys who showed me the way. Thank you. Thank you for the friends who let me cry on their shoulders whenever I needed to. Thank you. Thank you for the gift cards that helped me buy clothes, groceries, and little treats for my children. Thank you. Thank you for the support group that never judged me. Thank you. Thank you for the Alexa music box that helped me fall asleep to affirmations rather than to tears. Thank you. Thank you for the glasses of Merlot, because sometimes that does help. Thank you. Thank you for the line in the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 3, that carried me. It reads, "And provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. They will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord, for the display of his splendor." Thank you. Now, I want you to practice your 7 gratitude statements. Not later, now. Think of that last argument with that person. Got it? Now, I know this is going to feel awkward, okay? I know. But I want you to say the 7 things you are grateful for. Maybe you're thankful for realizing you have clear boundaries. Maybe you're thankful that you're still standing. Maybe you're thankful for the compliment your coworker gave you today. Gratitude. That's your weapon. That's your power. The conflict you are in, I know it's heavy. I know it sits on your heart in a way that feels like it may never let up. I've been there. And even if you weren't the one in the courtroom, but you grew up in the middle of your parents' conflict, you know that weight too. But the practice and the feeling of gratitude will disarm high conflict. Again, not because the situation immediately changes, but because you do. You do. So try this. Before you send that text message, before you step into that courtroom, before you pick up the kids, Before you call your attorney again, before you sit across the table from them, pause. Speak 7 statements of gratitude. In fact, you should have these statements ready in advance. Put them in your smartphone or on sticky notes. Write them on your mirror and watch what shifts inside of you and inside of them and between the two of you. You are not alone in this. Gratitude will remind you that you are more powerful than conflict makes you believe. This is how you win with EQ.